Hello, welcome to Country Sports TV. Something I never thought I would ever have to report on is coronavirus and the shutting down of the country. How's this going to affect country sports? And we're just coming up to the country show season. I plan to go and do videos like I do at the game fair. If you watch my channel regularly, you'll see I do the working dog ring at the game fair. I try and promote country sports through this channel. But this is now getting serious. This is, no matter how much shooting you do, or how much fishing you do, or however much you love to do it, your health and your loved ones come first. So the first thing to do is stay safe and healthy. That's the first priority for everybody. Then you've got to say, right, country shows. Should we be going to country shows? Now, a lot of people I know, I was going down to the West Country Game Fair next weekend, and I'd organised 4 interviews, and we were going to talk about the possible lead ban for game shooting. Now, as you know, I'm not an advocate of banning lead. I don't think it's a problem. I don't think lead contaminates the meat. And I've explained why in other videos. The science is misleading and in some cases an outright lie. And I wanted to portray that in my videos. I had 4 people that were going to explain it to me, that could explain it better than I can. And we were going to go to the show, and we were going to have that as a background, and we were going to discuss the banning of lead shot for game shooting. But that's changed, because now it says the banning of lead shot for live quarry. We're not quite sure what that covers, and we're trying to find out more information about that at the moment. You know, a fox, a rat is live quarry. Does it mean quarry as in something you would eat? So that would mean pigeons and along with pheasants. I've shot pigeons with steel, and it's crap. I had so many wounded birds, I decided that it was inhumane. You know, yes, I get the occasional odd wounded bird and I use the dog. But I will not use steel if it's going to mean wounding 90 or 95% of the birds that I shoot. Inhumane. Right, that's that over and done with. Back to the virus now. I need help when I do shows now. I need a helper. And the helper is the wife, Pat. She's as good as gold. And we do it together. So she works as basically my gopher, if you want to put it that way. She helps me out. She organises interviews. She does the notes for me. And she has got underlying health problems. She's a person at risk. She has to avoid contact. So we've decided last week and over the weekend that we will not do this show because Pat can't go. I told the organisers that. Now the 4 people I was going to interview, 2 of them said, yes, I was only going because we were going to do the interview. And as you're not going, I'm not going at all. The other 2 had stands at the show and have told me that they're not going to do it. They don't think the risk of doing a show with all the people around, if the people turn up, is worth doing. So the question is, should we be cancelling country shows? I'm not going to call it. All I'm saying is my circumstances mean that I will not be going to the West Country Game Fair. That's me. Now, are you going to go where you don't know, or people you meet, you don't know if they're a carrier of the virus? You're in proximity to them? You know, have the show done a risk assessment? And I run a small forum from my local village. And I put on there about the virus and self-isolation if you're a coffee and what to do if you've got the virus. And the advice is that you stay at home and self-isolate. What they're not telling you is what you should do. Well, it's the same as if you've got the flu. Lots of hot drinks to make sure you're hydrated. I take Fisherman's Friend to a sore throat, so that might be a good thing. Vitamin C is a good thing to take. Another thing they're saying is cannabis oil. But I don't know if that's going to help at all or not, but that's one thing that's been mooted. So the thing is if you've got the virus, you self-isolate. It's 14 days. You won't be going to the show anyway. Now the thing is, what should you do if you're a country sportsman? You're maybe working from home. You may have to be self-isolate. You may not have any symptoms. You may not be ill at the moment. But you don't want to get cabin fever and stay at home for ages. What country sports can you do? Well, I think you've got to keep a distance from people. And they say the distance you've got to keep is 2 meters. So if you shoot with a friend, you're both going to have to drive. Because you can't sit by side by somebody. Unless it's a family member. So, field sports that you can do on your own. You can go fishing, shooting, maybe ferreting. But coming to the end of the ferreting season now anyway. If you go shooting, you can always ring the farmer up and tell him you're going. Go, you're on your own, you're not affecting anybody, and you're getting fresh meat for the family if you're shooting pigeons. Good plan, I think. Now, if you're going fishing, you're on the fishing bank, you're in the fresh air. If anybody's walking on the footpath or walking around you, make sure they keep their distance from you. It's a lone sport anyway. I think fishing competitions are going to have to be cancelled unless they can work out how they can keep their distance from each other while they're doing it. Country sports shows, I think, are going to have to close down. They've closed down the theatres, they've closed down pubs, and I think that country shows are also going to have, because one, how many people are going to go? Because we've been told not to contact people. So the number of people doing shows are going to halve at least to start with. So there's not the people around for the stall holders to make any money. The only people that are going to make money, if they make money, are the people running the show. You know, is it going to be better to cancel the show now with a small loss, or to run it, find that the stall holders don't turn up, find that the public don't turn up, and everybody loses money? Anyway, this is Ian, Country Sports TV, saying, very important to stay safe. Keep your family safe and keep yours safe. That's more important than going out fishing or going out shooting.